tí ẹ bá ti rí wa tí àwọ̀ kámò bèlè ẹ mọ̀ pé ojú ogun le ẹ mọ̀ pé ojú ogun le ẹ̀yin èèyàn mẹ́ máa bọ̀ ẹ bá wa pín kiri ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ará wọn Nàìjíríà kan wá gbọ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ bá wa pe àwọn èèyàn kẹ́ máa bọ̀ lógún lọ́gbọ̀n ẹ bá wa fọ́ káàkiri ẹ bá wa subscribe please kẹ́dẹ̀ máa tọ love and like ẹ bá wa máa thumb up sí orí YouTube yìí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ mi ẹ máa bọ̀ àti gbèdé o kì í ṣe tí mi nìkan lá gbọ́ o kì í ṣojú mi nìkan lá rí kí ni ìwòye yín lórí fídíò tẹ́ fẹ́ wò yìí àṣé ọmọ Áfíríkà náà ti lè máa ṣe wá láfíríkà gbogbo nǹkan tó ń fojú àwọn baba ńlá wa rí mo rí fọ́nrán kan láìpẹ́ yìí wọ́n ṣe ya íméjì àwọn baba ńlá wa sínú àwọn museum bọ́n ṣe dì wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ẹ kàn fọwọ́ ẹ ṣe bá a ṣe fún like 30 minutes kẹ́ wá mọ ìnira tó wà ń bẹ̀ àbí kẹ́ wàá mì kó kẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́lẹ̀ kẹ́ má lè lọrí sókè kẹ́ má lè lọ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kẹ́ wá mọ irú ìnira táwọn bàbá wọn yẹn pass through tó fi kó wa lẹ́rí láfíríkà láwọn òyìnbó wọ̀nyí kò sí bí a ṣe lè wà lù wọn tó láyé tí wọ́n lè ní ìfẹ́ wa láwọn àwọn òyìnbó burúkú wọ̀nyí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbára wa ká padà sí ìlú wa ká lọ tó áfíríkà ṣe òun ni mo ṣe ń gbé òrù bàràbàdà fún àwọn president Niger Burkina Faso àti ti Mali tí wọ́n parapọ̀ tí wọ́n ti gbogbo company àwọn South Africa ń ṣe lọ sí South Africa gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ mọ́ sí nǹkan ìgbìnà pé USA gbogbo ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti lé wọn dànù nílùú wọn òun gbóbọ̀ ẹ wá wo fọ́nrán ẹ wá wo tútí tí wọ́n pa tó fi ń ba Nàìjíríà jà wọn tó dá Boko Haram sílẹ̀ àṣírí wọn ti tú ká tó sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jù ẹ wá bá wa wo fọ́nrán náà nísìnyí ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ jòkó.
The US government has been sponsoring Boko Haram in Nigeria through the US aid. Now, let me explain. I will need your total attention because we have a lot of evidence, a lot of things to analyze, so you need to pay attention this time around. Let's go. If you can remember, a few weeks ago, Donald Trump suspended US aid to many countries, including Africa and Nigeria. Upon further investigation, it was revealed that the US aid is not only doing humanitarian jobs, but also funding terrorism in many countries, including Nigeria. What is meant for international development, as the name implied, United States Agency for International Development, the USAID, was supposed to help other developing countries stand or develop. It was now being used to sponsor terrorism in places like Afghanistan. Let's just focus on Nigeria. In Nigeria, was used to fund Boko Haram in Nigeria. Now let's dive in. How did they successfully do that? All this played out very well before the 2015 general election in Nigeria. Before the 2015 general election, we all saw how insecurity was high in Nigeria, which resulted to the bring back our girls, the Chibok girls that was kidnapped from school. If most of you can remember, the Chibok girls kidnapped was the highest or has been the highest insecurity that Nigeria has ever experienced, which raised a lot of awareness internationally all over the world. Everybody carried that placard called "Bring Back Our Girls," which made Jonathan look like one of the worst presidents any country has ever seen. Well, behind that bad picture that Jonathan was carrying was the US aid funding that Boko Haram. And you can hear this when Jonathan said it then, because Jonathan knew that insecurity was not normal. It was sponsored by the external bodies, because if not, how were they able to survive in the forest? How do they get their arms? How do they get their food? How do they get medication? Now, listen to what Jonathan said then.
There is a lot of politics about issue of weapons. Some of these weapons, especially sophisticated weapons, the technology belongs to one country. The weapons may be physically manufactured in another country, but for you to get it, you need to clear from the parent country.
In case you're asking that, how did this information come public now? The United States Congress said it recently in a Congress meeting. And listen to this.
Because your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding. It is not. You are funding terrorism, and it's coming through USAID. And it's not just Afghanistan.
Now, remember when Donald Trump won election that I said that Donald Trump election will reveal a lot of secrets of what is happening in many countries, especially Nigeria. Now, if you're asking the question that what will America benefit in the misfortune or falling of Nigeria? Now, if you don't know, Nigeria is one of the biggest countries in Africa. Africa with the largest economy, larger resources, and all that. From 2010 to 2015, Nigeria was operating almost the highest economy in Africa. The Nigerian GDP was growing so high, almost competing with China, India, getting to the level of challenging America. So America saw this as a threat, as a country that wants to maintain world power. No country should ever challenge them, not even the one from Africa. So how do you stop them from growing? By creating insecurity. And how do you create that insecurity that they don't understand? Offer them aids. Now, do you know why our leaders will not recognize that? They will not recognize because of their greediness. So they front them money. They don't know what is behind that money that they are giving to them. Do you understand? Now, if you're asking, how are they able to carry out those things successfully? They were able to carry out those atrocities through NGO, non-governmental organization. So this is it. They created insecurity. In a way to make sure the insecurity continues, they have to keep funding those terrorists. And how do they fund them? They come in as NGOs, non-governmental organization. And guess what? African countries, they like NGOs. They like free money. So through the USA, they offer aids to Africa, especially those that has been affected by that insecurity. So when they come, they say they want to help those villagers or those people that has been affected by those insecurity. They come through NGO, non-governmental organization. They bring in those things. They don't give it to those villagers. They take those things to those terrorists. They give them food, give them money, give them arms to make sure that that insecurity continues in a way to keep Nigeria down. Now you can hear this from Chief Defense Officer of Nigeria, the encounter they've had with NGOs in Nigeria. Listen.
NGOs, you know, there are so many things. If we want to go into NGO issues, there are so many things I had. Initially, when the NGOs came in, when we started, they didn't want any oversight function. They didn't want us to know where they were going to. We had issues with that because now they will go into the enclave of the terrorists and go and treat them. You are treating the same people that is attacking the communities. You tell them no, that you are neutral. How neutral can you be? We've had situations where allegations of arms, them conveying arms to us just to make sure that the war continues. We've had situations where they will tell you they are taking food to communities. Halfway, they'll tell you the trailer has broken down. By next morning, the trailer is empty. And that vehicle that is broken down, the driver will just go and drive it and take it back. So what had happened? You have funded those guys. You are taking care of them equally. We've had several situations like that.
Now, not just that. Buhari also said something similar. Now, Buhari was used as a tool. They needed Jonathan out by all means. Jonathan needed to leave the seat so that they bring somebody they can use to crumble Nigeria economy. And what do? They funded Buhari's campaign. They funded Buhari's election. See, American government funded, did everything to make sure Buhari's enter. And why did they need Buhari? They needed somebody Nigerians could trust because Buhari had military background. Oh, he was a dictator. He was this. That is why during 2015 general election, everybody, oh, Buhari, changes here, changes here. Everybody believed that Buhari was going to be the savior. But what happened when Buhari entered? Did insecurity stop? No, it wasn't. In fact, Nigeria economy crashed more. Even the Buhari himself was later confused and he said this.
And I suspect international group that want to destroy Nigeria. Otherwise, how can Boko Haram come and stop us from protecting and development petroleum in Lake Chad Basin? But we have managed to show Nigeria and the rest of the world that Kolmani, you know, we have so many billions of crude oil and gas.
Don't also forget that for the first time in history, Barack Obama, who was the president of America then, sent a direct message to Nigerians to vote for change. Tell me, what is his business with Nigeria election? What actually? What is the relationship?
Boko Haram, a brutal terrorist group that kills innocent men, women, and children, must be stopped. Hundreds of kidnapped children deserve to be returned to their families. Nigerians who have been forced to flee deserve to return to their homes. Boko Haram wants to destroy Nigeria and all that you have built. By casting your ballot, you can help secure your nation's progress.
Now, Jonathan was painted the bad guy. Jonathan saw all this, but he never wanted to fight back because the collateral damage would have been worse. I know a lot of people have said he should have fought, he should have stayed. Maybe if Jonathan had fought back, you and I might not have been here today because the people that Jonathan would have fought wouldn't just be the terrorists in the bush. It would have been those sponsoring the terrorists.
Immediately the Chibok issue came up, we expect Nigerians to be concerned. How do we get these girls out? Within a couple of days, we saw people going to the US with Bring Back Our Girls placards. How? Why? And of course, the Mrs. Obama received one of those placards. I cannot take responsibility for the abduction. I don't control Boko Haram. They are criminals. Let me admit that, yes, maybe they do their best, but their best was not good enough for us to recover the girls.
Remember, during the time of that Boko Haram was very high. How many of you remember that America refused to sell weapons to Nigeria? Nigeria were not able to purchase weapons. Nigeria was facing a very high terrorist attack going on. The terrorists had more weapons than the Nigerian army. So when Nigeria approached America to buy those weapons, guess what? America refused to sell to Nigerian government. So there was no way Nigeria would have won that fight against Boko Haram. Many reputable names in Nigeria knew what was happening. Many people knew, but they could not speak up. People that talked about it then was people like Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu said it in 2020 that there's no way the Nigerian army can win Boko Haram because the people sponsoring Boko Haram are bigger than the Nigerian government itself. Even a newspaper published it in 2015 when the now this our vice president Kani Shatima said it then that they all contributed in creating Boko Haram, which is now our problem. Now, here's the thing. Since the American current president, Donald Trump, banned or stopped the funding of US aid, how many times have you heard the Boko Haram attack? Because, of course, the funding has been cut. So, there's no longer resources for them to continue carrying out their attack or carrying out their activity. When you cut the tree from its roots, it will automatically die. So how do you blame the Nigerian government or politicians in this? You blame them because of their greediness. It was their greediness and selfishness that made them to fall victim of being used as a tool to destroy their own economy. Do you know how many lives that the Boko Haram destroyed in Nigeria? Do you know how many farms? Do you know what Nigeria went through because of Boko Haram? Funding them because our economy was growing. Do you know what Nigeria went through? This whole thing should not go unnoticed. Thank God for Donald Trump and Elon Musk for discovering the atrocity that the US aid has committed in Africa, especially Nigeria, by funding terrorism in the name of funding for AIDS. Because think about it, how many humanitarian resources has actually gotten to you if not paying? Barack Obama heavily influenced the 2015 general election that brought us to where we are today. So Nigerians, I implore you, let's come together and build our country by ourselves. Let's open our eyes. Let us not allow those hungry, selfish, and blind politicians in power lead us into destruction. We must all take responsibility of our country, irrespective of our ethnicity or our diversity or maybe our tribe. Nigeria is our own. No matter the tribe you come from in Nigeria, the insecurity knows no tribe, hunger knows no tribe, destruction knows no tribe. It attacks anybody. Nigeria has been through a lot since 2015 till now, and we cannot continue to go through this again. We must put a stop to this and grow our economy. Nigeria have the capacity to compete with America. We have all it takes. We have human resources. We have mineral resources. We have all it takes. We have the best brain. But what we don't have is the best politicians. But we can start now to build that. The future have nothing but brightness for us. Let's do this, Nigerians. All you can do now is to make sure this video goes around the country. Share it widely. Let everybody hear the truth.
ABC Nigeria, Nigeria from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom.
Nigerian people to go for change, to make the right decision. It was very clearly an endorsement, of the opposition candidate Buhari against the incumbent government of Goodluck Jonathan. The American government was actively fighting against the Nigerian state to ensure that the incumbent government lost to Buhari, the opposition candidate. And now we'll see the results of this issue, right? Because America succeeded. They got the incumbent government to lose. Goodluck Jonathan lost the election and Buhari came to power. And what exactly has been the result of that? The result is America has won. Their interests have been met. Nigeria has collapsed. In the past 10 years since our election, since 2015, Nigeria's economy has gone from roughly $580 billion in 2015 to $200 billion in 2025. In 10 years, our GDP has more than halved. Our GDP per capita right now is less than $1,000. We are at par with nations like Haiti, Somalia, and Congo. Nigeria has fallen off completely. Our military is weakened. Terrorist groups, so many. We have Israel, we have Lakurara, we have Boko Haram. Several different organizations at work in Nigeria right now, destabilizing the state even more. And now we know that America is one that orchestrated all of these activities. Now we know that America wants to destroy Nigeria.
Oh my God. Barack Obama, it shall never be well with you and your generation. Amen. The way you destroyed Nigeria, did you know that? We did not even know. We were so ignorant of it. Barack Obama came aside and he called He said, Nigerians, you need change. We never knew, guys. I am crying, like literally crying. We never knew that Barack Obama was just there to destroy our country. This is so painful. Like this is painful. Barack Obama knows say Goodluck Jonathan is doing well. Nigeria is going well. But he was scared. He don't want Nigeria to be that big and solid. He don't want Nigeria to become great. He wants America to remain the way America remain on top. No any African country need to grow. So this man frustrates us. So we now know that all the RIP that have been happening in Nigeria is being caused by Barack Obama. Barack Obama, it shall never be well with you. It shall never be well with your generation. Amen. It shall never be well. What you did to Nigeria, your children will repeat. Amen. Your children will repeat Barack Obama. Amen. And you, the SS lady called Michelle whatever, God will punish you. Thunder will fire you. Because you were the person, unknown to us, that you guys have planned this whole thing. Unknown to us, you hold black cats. What did they call it? You will say, bring back our guests. But whereas your husband was the I don't even know the word to use. The word is not coming. But all I know is that Barack Obama and Michelle, it shall never be well with both of you. It shall never be well with your generation. Take me anywhere. So you succeeded in destroying our country. So Goodluck Jonathan was actually doing well. Barack Obama wants somebody that will seek Nigeria and then bring Buhari. And Barack Obama, I can still remember vividly that Barack Obama called on us to vote for change. When you know that Goodluck Jonathan was actually doing well and you guys were threatened. Because the man refused to accept your proposal, to accept everything that you want to do to our country. You now play politics on him and you people remove him. And you know that Muhammadu Buhari have no clue on how to govern Nigeria.
Ó yá gbóhùn sókè. Ẹrẹbẹtẹ. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, ìyàlẹ́nu ló jẹ́ o nígbà tí èmi náà rí o. Ìyàlẹ́nu ló jẹ́ o. Ṣé mọ̀? Aṣọ náà tí ò bá lọ́wọ́ nǹkankan nínú báwo ni kíní bẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tán dẹ̀ dákẹ́ tán ń wò wá. Wọ́n dẹ̀ dákẹ́ wọ́n ń wò wá. Mo máa ń sọ pé nǹkan tó ń fi ba wọ́n fi àwọn Shibo girls wọ́n náà fi ba ìjọba Goodluck Jonathan òun náà fi ba ìjọba ìjẹ́ nígbà náà lọ́hùn. Goodluck Jonathan ní good intention ó dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ dáadáa ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n fi àwọn ìgbà yẹn ní Boko Haram bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ń gbilẹ̀ sí òun náà fi ba ìjọba ìjẹ́. Ẹ wá wo àṣírí tó wá tún sìn. Ẹ wo gbogbo analysis tí máa ń ṣe. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn jọ kíní lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ kí náà ti ń pè mo ti gbàgbé orúkọ bọ̀bọ́ tó máa ń ṣe kọ́mẹ́dì pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ìjọ pẹ̀lú bàbá Délé wòlíì àgbà ó jọ wòlíì àgbà bàjẹ́. Ẹ wo analysis tó ṣe. Ẹ wo bọ́n ṣe fọ́ká ṣe bá ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn àwọn òyìnbó bọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ọlọ́run ìyà máa jẹ wá láfíríkà o. Ìyà máa jẹ wá o. Ọlọ́run fún wa ládágbára ìpadà fún wa. Ìyànjẹ ti pọ̀ jù. Ìyànjẹ pọ̀ jù. Ẹ̀yin bàbá wa wọ́n tẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ́kọ́ tá lè ṣe ẹ má dákẹ́ wò ẹ jọ̀ọ́. A fẹ́ kúrò lóko ẹrú ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣàánú wa. Ọlọ́run ẹ ṣàánú wa ká kúrò lóko ẹrú ìyà ti pọ̀ jù. Ẹ wo bọ́n ṣe kó Boko Haram tó fi ń pa wá. Boko Haram kidnap América wọ́n sẹ́ndẹ̀ àmì lọ gbé jáde níbi tó wà kó ló kọ́kọ́ máa ṣe wọ́n Ọlọ́run. Mo mà ní ìyá mo ní bàbá sí Nàìjíríà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kán pa wọ́n Boko Haram o. Orí yé mi o, orí ìyá mi, orí ìyá mi o. Àṣé àwọn people yìí ni ọwọ́ yín la bá ń bẹ̀. Ọwọ́ yín la bá ń bẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ rán Boko Haram kan máa pa wá ẹ fẹ́ pa ìran Áfíríkà run. Mo meet lady kan ní 2 weeks ago nínú train. Ó ń lọ síbi kan kò rí pass mo ra tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fún. Ó ní ọmọ Gambia lòun ń sọ English. Mo ní okay that's right. Ó dẹ̀ lóyún mo bá sọ̀rọ̀ man I'm from Nigeria. Mo ní hope the Boko Haram they are not. Ó ní no ó ní they are wọ́n kidnap àwọn student. Lóòótọ́ náà mo bá search mo bá lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ ifá gọ́gù ní gọ́gù bá gbé fún mi o wọ́n ṣe ń kidnap náà níbẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn ni wọ́n wà everywhere àwọn ẹranko tí wọ́n níran ni wọ́n rán sí wa àṣírí yín ò ní bò ìwọ tó níjọ́ máa Áfíríkà kí náà ti ń porúkọ ẹ Barack Obama nígbà tó ń kidnap Chibok ó máa ń pariwo ìyàwó rẹ̀ máa ń pariwo Michelle máa ń pariwo nígbà náà bring back our girls bring back our girls ó máa lẹ́ máa ń pariwo àṣé ẹ lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ̀ àṣírí ti tú àṣírí yín ò ní bò ṣé ẹgbọ́n kan tí lady yẹn náà sọ ẹ gbọ́ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe jáde lọ́tún lósì Africa wake up Africa wake up in your sleeping you are sleeping too much wake up you are sleeping too deep don't go to deep sleeping ìran Africa ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká parapọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan tó lọ́n dá fún wa without Africa wọn ò lè survive wọn ní nǹkan kan without Africa wọn ò lè survive wọn bá tó ní nǹkan lọ́dọ̀ wọn gbá tara wọn kó tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ mbẹ̀ nìyẹn kábíyèsí Elédùmarè ìwọ là ń kígbe pé ẹ ṣí àwọn tó ní ìlàkàyè ẹ wo president Niger Burkina Faso àti Mali ẹ wo mọ́ ṣe wà unite wọ́n dẹ̀ ń sọ fún Tinubu ń ṣorí kórí nígbà náà lọ́hùn àṣẹyìn burúkú wọn náà rán sí wa àṣírí yín ò ní bò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ I'm using the medium to appeal to everyone please share this video let this video go viral please help me to share this video please everyone need to see this video. Don't mind my language, even though you don't understand Yoruba, just make sure you watch this video. The analysis on the video, they don't speak Yoruba. I always like to speak my own language because English is not my father's language. That is why you see me speaking language always. And we are agitating for our own country, which is Yoruba. Yes, you can go to other platforms, the people that are friendly to speak the English, because my English may not good, or understand, but a little I can speak, I will try as much as possible to speak it. So, but I will always like to speak my language because my language is number one all over the world. Yoruba language, ulewa púpọ̀ jù. We are rich in culture. Please, don't mind me, please. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you are watching me for the first time, ẹ má gbàgbé láti tẹ̀ sí, ẹ bá mi subscribe, ẹ gbé mi lọ travailler ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Mo bẹ̀ yín ní lógún lọ́gbọ̀lọ́gbọ̀, ní kú sọ́nà bí èéfì. A máa padà sílé wa pẹ̀lú ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà, á lọ jubilate ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi. Ẹ wò, ní rí jù báyìí lọ, ṣe rí gbogbo wàhálà wà lọ́ṣun state o. Wọ́n ti pààyàn léni, wọ́n yìnbọn kiri ní dá gbogbo ìgboro rú. Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú fún wa o. Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú fún wa. Àwọn ti Lagos State ẹ wo ní House of Assembly ní Lagos State léni wọ́n fọ́ra wọn lórí ń bẹ̀ ní dàgbòròrú. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti kóra wọn jọ sókèrè tó ń bá wa àwa náà ti ń kógun tira wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yára wa ní brain ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú ẹ yára yín ní brain. Èmi ọmọ yín ọ̀rẹ́ yín olólùfẹ́ náà ni Àkàlàmàgò TV ẹyẹ méjì òkín jàṣà. Àní rí jù báyìí lọ.